Hello everyone, welcome. So, I will not call what you will be watching now a program. It's just words from the heart that I will be having with a guest with one objective: to find the wisdom within the story. Because I believe that within every story there is an infinite amount of wisdom. We just need to be able to zoom in enough to see this wisdom. So I hope that you will enjoy this with me as I'm having a blast with it. My guest doesn't know what questions I will ask, and he or she are asked just to answer from a place of presence. My guest today is one of Kun's coaches who studied with us. Paulina, welcome.
Hi, Samer. Lovely to be here.
Thank you for accepting to do this.
My pleasure.
So, Paulina, let me start with a simple question. What is life to you?
It's an experience, and it definitely is a journey.
It is a journey. Can you tell me more? What more can you tell me about the nature of life from your point of view?
Yes, it is a journey of one big unknown. It is filled with emotions. It is filled with stimuli that life throws at us, with ups and downs. It's a one big unknown that unfolds itself, and it's up to us how we accept this invitation of life and how we embrace what we have been given.
Thank you. One of the most common concepts that we have in our school, in our coaching school that we start with, is the concept of tar. When we speak about tar, like what kind of tar, what is the tar that you have inside of you? We are referring to whatever I work hard to hide inside of me and to cover, that I feel that it makes me weak or vulnerable. So I keep covering it until it ferments and it becomes this icky, black, sticky, tar-like substance in my consciousness. And that's basically the concept of tar. So let me ask you, Paulina, what is your relationship to tar right now?
This is a very good question. Thank you for this. Let me maybe start with what tar was to me before I joined the group. It was an overwhelming amount of power, negative power, that was able to, or I allowed it to take over my life and the way I perceived things. It also would stop me from growth, as I was just entangled in the tar, and it was dragging me down and all of my positive energy along with it. So during this course, I have learned to welcome the tar into your life, to be thankful for it, as it is a lesson that comes across in your path, that may teach you something new, that may make you stronger. So I've learned to embrace it. I mean, it's still not 100%. I'm still not 100% there. I'm still a student. I'm still learning to be there fully. But I have already, after 4 months of being with you and the group, I have learned to be friends with tar more than I was before. It does not overwhelm me as much as it did before. It is as it became me before, or was becoming myself, me before. Now it is a friend that stands next to me and we hold hands and step forward together. Me and my tar, we are moving forward until this one decides to walk away, until I overcome this one, and then I open my arms and welcome another one. I mean, again, this is easier said than done, but it does take some time and energy to learn this. So I'm very thankful to be learning this with you.
That's Tar is very inspiring. Let me ask you this. Please, take your sleeve up and find a piece of your Tar that you can tell us about. A kind of a one specific piece that could be a story, that it was your Tar and you dealt with it somehow, or even if you did not deal with it.
I'm sure we can find plenty, or I could find plenty. Maybe first one that I can come up with is I am a stepmother of two grown ladies already. And I was not fully perceived in a positive way, which is quite common for a stepmother not to be fully accepted. I struggled with the lack of acceptance for a very long time, and I tried many different techniques, and I spoke to many different people, asked for opinions, asked for advice, and none of this was fully fitting me and my life, and no one was really able to understand what I'm going through. It was dragging me down. It was stopping me from growing. I felt absolutely overwhelmed with it. It was my only focus in life, trying to fix something that now after the course I realized I'm not really able to fix. And not all of the fault also lays in me, and I should stop beating myself up for not being perfect. I have to accept that I am not perfect. I'm human. So I think through this course, I was able to understand that it is not up to me and it is not other people. Take that back. It is not up to other people how and their opinions and their advice of how I'm going to handle my life and my heart situations. It is up to me, my mind, the way I perceive things. And if I start looking at things from a more positive perspective and don't only focus on the negative aspects of it, then maybe this light will start brightening up and spreading, and my expectations will lower down. And from a more calm position, I will be less tensed, less stressed, less expecting over other people to be towards me. So I guess I've learned to just accept things for the way they are, and still be able to enjoy life and what surrounds me, and all the good things that come with it. And at the end, to still be able to focus on my own growth and not make this the end of my life, not make this a definition of my life. This is just this piece that stands beside me, that is part of my life. I'm accepting it, I'm welcoming it, but I still want to grow. I still want to be me, or learn who Paulina is. Continue.
Hearing you made me curious about what was the turning point, the point that this specific Tar, that allowed this specific Tar to transform into something else. What triggered you?
Well, definitely the classes we are going through, but particularly it was the learning of a tree that we had in one of our classes, in which I have learned what the biggest aim or the goal, the ultimate goal of a tree is. It is to grow. It is to grow first before it is able to. So the tree has to grow first to be able to support whatever else surrounds it. And the way I was brought up, and the way that most people I know were brought up, was more of an altruistic kind of way, to be there for others first, to serve others first, to say no to yourself, but first be there for another person. I thought that being there for myself first would be a selfish act. Through this course and through the experience with the tree, I've learned that if I only focus on spreading my energy around and being there for other people first before I'm there for myself, I will, and I was experiencing this already, I will burn out. And once I am burned out, I am not able to be there, not for myself anymore, and also not for anybody else. So this really changed my perspective on looking at selfishness, at growth. And it was a huge lesson for me to see that I have to first focus on myself and becoming a better human being myself, and growing, expanding my horizons first, to be able then to serve from a better position and more equipped to other people.
Inspiring. Thank you, Paulina, or I can say Coach Paulina now, because Paulina is in the last step of this phase of her journey. So here you go, everyone. This is what I learned from Paulina's story, or this is the wisdom that I'm perceiving from her story. The tar, or the piece of tar that she shared with us, was her sense of responsibility towards her stepdaughters, wanting things to happen prematurely maybe, or maybe they are not meant to happen, trying to fix what could be broken or what may not be broken. But anyhow, she took it upon herself as it's her responsibility to make this happen. And that was a big piece, or a heavy responsibility to carry. The responsibility of others, the responsibility of a relationship in total. So a relationship where I play in it both roles, the sender and the receiver, instead of just focusing on what I am sending and that's it, and letting the receiver, giving the freedom to the receiver to respond with the same freedom. And then Paulina learned more in her journey, in this piece of her story, that actually focusing on yourself and letting go the sense of responsibility, accepting that things need to take its own route to happen. And that self-care and focusing on myself like a tree does is not selfishness. On the contrary, it's self-care. And only then I start becoming calmer. And miraculously, when I'm calmer, my relationships improves, including the relationship that was strained at the first place, like her relationship to her stepdaughters. Before I will presume, Paulina, tell me, how is your relationship to your stepdaughters now?
Yeah, this is still a tricky and uneasy question. I am accepting things for the way they are at the moment. I can say that my relationship to my younger stepdaughter has improved very much, in my opinion. I can feel it with my heart. Our conversations are now on a higher level. I feel like my younger stepdaughter is opening up her ears to listen to me, really. Before, she just chose to be rejective to what was coming out of me. Now she is more open-minded. Now I feel like due to our conversations, through our exchange and of our experiences and knowledge, we both learn something new about life, about us, about each other. So in this sense, I've noticed that my own growth allowed my relationship to my younger stepdaughter to grow. And I hope that it also allows her to grow in a way. This is a positive outcome that I can share. On the other hand, my older stepdaughter decided to move out from our household. She decided to take things in her own hands. Our relationship did not improve, is actually now in pieces. I hope this will change sometime in the future. Yet I am not feeling the kind of guilt I would feel before. I don't feel responsible as I probably would have before. I am rather also welcoming the situation, and I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her because I feel like she made a choice based on her own perception, and she is taking life in her own hands. She is taking it somewhere where she will allow herself to grow, I hope, and this is what I wish to her. And due to this growth, I hope one day we will find a space and possibility and time where we can resolve what is unresolved now. But I'm more calm about it. I have a lot of faith in her. There is no negative feelings, and I'm just waiting for the good to come. I believe in it.
Thank you, Paulina. And this is yet another piece of wisdom. That results or the outcomes may vary. One of the daughters, the relationship shifted, became positive and stronger, because this is what both parts of the relationship put the intention to. Once Paulina provided the space, the other daughter, when there was the space, but she also had the choice to continue or discontinue, to grow wings and fly away, or to grow wings and come closer. And that is not necessarily a negative outcome. At least the relationship, it's going to a clear direction for the time being, where Paulina knows that she is not responsible for this. She did her part. Now the other person needs to take his chance and find his way to the direction that he wants. Isn't that the whole idea of freedom? Now, Paulina, before this shift, may have insisted to try to fix this up, because it's her responsibility. And when it is your responsibility by yourself to fix the relationship, this relationship transforms into a cancer-like relationship that starts eating you alive, eating your energy. And that is a very important piece, everyone. By the end of this story, the story of Coach Paulina, a real human being with a real life, with a real tar and a real example and nuggets of wisdom that came out. I hope that you will find some value in what we shared with you today, and looking forward to my guest the next time, and looking forward also to all what you can share with us about comments, about similar experiences, similar tar with Coach Paulina and me. Have a great day, everyone, and see you next time.